Welcome into Miami Dolphins Today. Matthew Peterson from Chat Sports here, giving you guys the latest Dolphins news and rumors following comeback win at home against the Jets. We're going to touch on Tua in today's show. We'll look at the latest NFL playoff picture, and we will also get into some Duke Johnson chatter along with the latest the latest roster moves for Miami. So, first thing up here. Are you 100% back in on Tua and Flores? Let me know. It's hard not to be, right? When a team goes on a 6-game winning streak, how are you not just jumping in that? So give me an I for an in or an O for an out. Personally, I am not only in, I'm waist deep in. I originally put shoulder deep, but I'm going to hold off because Miami's got some tough games coming up. We'll look at their schedule later on, but they're playing some playoff caliber teams right now in the last 3 weeks of the season. So I'm going to hold off on going all the way in until I see how they play against the Patriots and the Titans, and maybe they'll kind of regress a little bit after playing some weak-ish teams, although they had a nice win against the Ravens, for example, to kick off this winning streak. Tua, though, what a polarizing topic he's been in Miami. If you've watched me before on the Dolphins Today show, you've seen that I'm more of the inside. I'm more of the I'm in on Tua. And his performance last Sunday, or this past Sunday, against the Jets, went both ways. He had the bad pick six, and Tua's biggest claim to fame is I'm super accurate, and that was just a horrible decision and a bad read. That was a rookie quarterback mistake, and Tua is still kind of a rookie because he missed so much time in year one, and he's missed a couple games now in year two. But on the other side, he did march his team down the field to a game-winning touchdown. So you take the good with the bad. Look at the whole picture, though, so far in 2021. 10 games, not good, not bad stats, right? He's north of 2,000 yards. Look at the completion percentage. Now, I get it. A lot of that is because they dink and dunk a ton, and so you better have a high completion percentage when you go underneath. But if that's the way to get the Dolphins to win, then I'm not against that. 14 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. I'm all for the Dolphins finding out a way to make Tua as successful as possible. Now, granted, when you pick someone in the first round and also in the top 10 of the first round, you're supposed to get a quarterback that can overcome multiple difficulties and work through adversity and not need to be a system-esque quarterback. And sure, maybe Tua hasn't lived up in that regard, but at the end of the day, you're seeing a quarterback who has grown throughout the course of this season and a quarterback that is getting more and more comfortable and is being a part of this team's winning streak. And the team's not winning in despite of him. The team is winning a lot of times because of him. So with that all said, grade Tua's Week 15 performance. This is tough to grade. A, B, C, D, or F. I could go a couple different directions. I'm going to give you my vote in just a second, but vote for me down below. I'll make this the pinned comment. So if a YouTube ad break hits you in a couple seconds, scroll on down. When the ad's over, come back up and watch the rest of the video. For me, I'm going to give him a B. I'm going to give him a B because he led his team down the field to a game-winning touchdown. And sure, you had a bad pick six and you put yourself in that position where you had to call on your own number to get your team a win. But because you were able to do that, yeah, you get a B. If you don't throw that pick six, B+, A-, but 2 interceptions, costly ones too, especially that second one, the pick six, yeah, I'll keep it at a B. What I'll also keep you guys informed on is great deals going on at Fanatics. Look at this polo set right now. You don't get one, but you get both polos, 50% off. That's $35 for 2 polos, not each. $35 for all the polos on the screen right there, all 2 of them. And all you got to do is go to chatsports.com/DolphinsPolo. It's the link at the bottom of your screen. Look at it right there. I'll also have it in the comments and the description of this video. Switching gears, the latest NFL playoff picture. We'll check out where the Dolphins currently sit and how much of a long shot they are to get into the playoffs while peeking ahead at their schedule. So here is the most up-to-date playoff picture. Now it's a little bit of a weird Week 15 because we have 2 Monday night games and 2 Tuesday night games. So it's not a complete picture, but there's Miami, 7-7. Just a game and change back from the Bills at 8-6. Now it's tough because you lost both games to the Bills, so you don't have the tiebreaker there. You also lost to the Colts, so you don't have the tiebreaker there. But 10-7, win out. You got a chance, right? So will Miami make the NFL playoffs? Y for yes or N for no? it's in front of them. And it's always in front of them. That's kind of cliche. I think Miami's only path in is the obvious one. You have to win out, and you hope 10-7 gets you in, because Dolphins fans unfortunately know 10 wins does not always guarantee you a playoff appearance. And that's why when you look back at the season, you're going to think about two things. The Jags game in London, where you gave Urban Meyer his first win in the NFL, and the Falcons meltdown at home. Two games you wish you really had back. Other losses like to the Bills, where you got your ass kicked. Yeah, that sucks, but they're the Bills. They're having a good year. They're supposed to be having a good year. So it's the NFL. You can't go 17-0 unless maybe you're Dan Marino with the Dolphins back in the day. But the Jags and the Falcons game, that's the game. Those are the two games at the end of this year I'm going to circle and think what really could have been. And it's kind of an indictment on Brian Flores, because he's been at the helm for a couple games now, a couple seasons in Miami, and you want to see this team put a whole season together, not get hot at the end back-to-back years and not be able to overcome too many losses at the beginning of the season. Only 3 games left, though, on tap for Miami. They got some roadies coming up. They go to New Orleans to take on a Saints team that just shut out the Bucs on Sunday Night Football, so not going to be an easy test there. Then the Titans, who are kind of up and down, but down lately. And finally, you wrap up the year against the Patriots at home. And if the Miami Dolphins don't make the playoffs, what I would love to see the Dolphins do is at least beat the Patriots and spoil whatever seed they were chasing, whether it's the 1 seed, a 2 seed, at least knock New England down, take them down a little bit with you, like Fitzmagic did a couple years ago to get the Patriots Tom Brady era over in some ways, because it put them in the wild card round and they lost to the Titans at home, and then the rest is history. But do you want Miami to make the playoffs? Listen, I would never ever say, if you don't subscribe, the Dolphins don't make the playoffs. That's just a little bit outlandish. But what I will say is, if you're a little superstitious, or at least a little Michael Scott little-stitious, subscribe. That way you can check that box in your head and going, well, at least I know I did everything I could to help Miami make the playoffs. So join the channel today. We're a growing channel, one of the best Miami Dolphins, if not the best Miami Dolphins YouTube channel out there. So come join the family. Other notes on today's show, Duke Johnson. What a fun story this was. The hometown kid helped Miami to their 6th straight win. No one saw it coming. Gaskin, who didn't miss, but he was on COVID protocols during the bye, so you didn't really know how fresh he would be and what to expect out of him in the team's first game back. A little rusty, but Duke, not rusty at all. Goes off for 107 yards on 22 carries, 2 touchdowns. And here's the thing with Duke Johnson. Always been more of a bit of a receiving back. Started his career in Cleveland, went to Houston, didn't really flourish, and now he's got a chance to make a name for himself here. So let me pose this question to you. Pick an RB1. You going Myles Gaskin or Duke Johnson? If there's one thing that's for sure, Miami in the upcoming NFL draft needs to get a home run pick with a running back, because you've got a good foundation in a lot of other places. You need help at the offensive line. That should be priority number 1. But 2 or 3, I think it's got to be running back. But for the short-term wise, yeah, I'd ride the hometown kid. You got Duke Johnson, went to Miami, from the Miami area. I would ride that and grain that pulp all the way down till there's no juice left, because it was fun to see a running back from Miami actually have an explosive game for once in a while. So keep riding that hometown kid, no doubt about it. We got other stuff coming up on today's show. We got some roster moves, by the way. How about a new face in camp, Sheldrick Redwine? He gets signed a couple days ago to the practice squad, a couple weeks ago, and it's now fully activated the 53-man roster. He's played in 5 games this year, a couple with the Jets, a couple with Miami. 7 tackles so far. He made a couple starts early in his career when he was with the Cleveland Browns. They moved down from him after the training camp portion of this season. So the big question, though, everyone's asking about Sheldrick Redwine is, which wine do you prefer more? R for red or W for white? Let me know which wine you prefer more. I'm over white wine kind of guy. We had an office party here at Chat Sports a couple weeks ago. Sam Brown, my producer right now, he was chugging that red. I was sipping on some nice New Zealand white. Don't know what it was called, but no wine aficionado. But it was pretty delicious. So let me know what you're thinking down below.